Well, hello and welcome to the Below the Rim weekend roundup. We'll fly around the BBL, see what happened, give you some highlights and some ideas. Glasgow Rocks first up. They were home to the Surrey Scorchers. Glasgow trying to keep the pressure on the London Lions up the top of the BBL. Surrey Scorchers trying to get as many points on the board as they can looking forwards. Not doing so bad at the moment, trying to keep above 500. The tip-off was controlled ultimately by the Glasgow Rocks and we were underway. Surrey scored the first points, but that was the only time they would lead in this one. Glasgow Rocks did an incredibly good job defensively. Great positioning inside from Vincent there for the two. And the first quarter in particular would be pretty much a one-sided story. Vincent walking into a three, doesn't get it, rebound straight to Greg Pryor, who knocks down that three with the best composure you can see. Big lead mounting up, down low again. Vincent battling against Skylar White, hands off to Maxim Joabala, who knocks that one down. Decent night for Vincent, and defensively a great night for the Rocks. Steal on a break, Dante Thorpe, great play from him. Another rebound, more fighting for the Rocks, just controlling this first quarter from start to finish. Greg Pryor gets the double teams, a great move, excellent ball movement from the Rocks all night long. And then Ebala with the thread in the needle pass to Greg Pryor for three. Pryor would finish the night with 29 points and 9 rebounds. Got the foul on that one as well. Surrey Scorchers, tough night for them. They would be trying to spark something. Tayo Ogundenbi on this one, making things happen as the captain. Great drive from him, strong finish at the basket. 19 points for him on the night, 7 rebounds. And again, the Rocks in control, 27-11 up at the moment. And a very strong play. Greg Pryor getting in, all sorts of contact, but gets the finish. Again, the Rocks, second half this time. Ball movement, exceptional again. But, as you can see, the Surrey Scorchers kind of up in their defensive game. All over the rebound, all over the boards. And then on the fast break, Tayo Ogundenbi gets clear, can't finish. But that's a sign of what was to come. Rocks again looking to score, but defensive tenaciousness from Skylar White. Ball ends up now in Kaelin Raftopoulos' hands. Crossover, step back three is good, and the Scorchers trying to fight back in this one. 3-point attempt from the Rocks is short, and then Skylar White with a double block play, and away at the races. Devontavious Payne with the handoff. The 3-point attempt doesn't go, but Devontavious is there for the finish. Big night for him. He also finished in the All-Star team. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, but the Rocks were in control of this one. Great dish down low, and then Ali Frazier with the pass out to Rinkunas for the big finish. Ali Frazier, of course, was questionable for this one. Played minimal minutes, 16 points, 10 rebounds for him in just 25 minutes played. And that would just about do it. 102-81 to the home team Rocks. And we move on. Trophy quarter-final game of Newcastle Eagles at home to the Sheffield Sharks. Both teams hanging their hats on some silverware this season. Sharks with a great run in the Cup competition, which came short, and no difference in this one. They've got themselves into this position, although having a little bit of inconsistency. Early missed three there, but big offensive rebound by Mike Marcel and put back from him. It was his first game back from injury. He finished with 18 points and 9 rebounds. He's been missed by the Eagles. He's a solid player. No more solid players, of course, than this man, Fletcher, who hands off to CJ Gettys, the man a lot of people are tipping already as an early MVP candidate. He would finish with 13 points and 15 rebounds. Not as good offensively from him as we've seen, but Ramon Fletcher with the cross-court pass to Kai Williams, who finished with that three, and that was all he got in that one. That was all that was needed. Big three from Nick Lewis for the Sharks on the attack. Nick Lewis finished with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, so a decent outpouring from him. But Ramon Fletcher, big three, he would come up big all night. finishing with 30 points and 9 assists. This game, though, it was close. I think the Eagles have opened things up right now, double digits, but Ramon Fletcher with a strong finish at the end of the first half would be enough for them to take that double-digit lead in. But the Sharks came out firing. Nick Lewis with the great finish on that one. And then on offense, once again, Connor Kashaw drives the lane but stops and pops. Picks up the 2, trying to get it to a single-digit game, which they did. Mike Marcel now gives it up. Nick Lewis on the break, finishes the layup strong. That'll be a timeout as the Eagles will want to talk that one over, but they come back out firing, as you'd expect, trying to keep things at arm's length. Big 3 attempt doesn't go, but CJ Gettys is there, one of his 15 rebounds on the night with the putback. So good at that. But the Sharks would not go quietly into the night. Connor Kashaw, difficult pass across to Bouna Ndiaye, and a strong finish from Bouna Ndiaye with a lot of body on him there. A lot of players calling for the foul. But the Eagles, with just 1 point lead now, trying to get back on top, trying not to let the Sharks back in the game. Ramon Fletcher, wow, what a finish. One of the smallest guys on the court, leaps high in the air with a big finish. Massive cross-court pass from him there. And here he is again, knocks down the 3 after it being a tied game. Couple of free throws going to the Sharks at the other end, 63-63. Then the Eagles push the envelope a little bit more. Fast break doesn't work, so they reset. Schlitzer to Fletcher, gets it down to Gettys. Gettys with the water polo pass, cross-court to Mike Marcel, finds himself some room, bangs home the 3, and the lead is opened up once again. Mike Marcel once again on the ball. Eagles trying to add to that lead. Ramon Fletcher double team, works his way around Bennett Koch makes the floater. What a finish from him. And that would kind of be it. Ramon Fletcher makes the last free throw. Mackie McKnight will have the ball in his hands as the seconds tick away, but it will be the Newcastle Eagles that make it into the semi-finals of the BBL trophy. So off now to Worthing Thunder at home to the team Solent Kestrels, an all NBL BBL trophy quarter-final. This would start with the minute silence for young Robert Archibald, British basketball legend who obviously passed away. A nice touch for both teams on this one. Well-respected player, of course, across Britain and America and indeed Spain, where he played a lot of his ball. And this one was tipped off and underway, controlled by the Kestrels, but the Thunder would go up early on, proving they were there to be counted. But it would be the Kestrels that were trying to get back into this one early on. Great finish on that one. Zaire Taylor, of course, for the Thunder, distributing the pass there. Down low, Cameron Hildreth trying to find room, can't quite get it there. Kicked out to Ward. Recycled again, and it's that man Zaire Taylor driving to the basket with a good finish. So the early run-in was with the Thunder. This one would not be a quiet contest, shall we say. It was always hanging in the balance. The Kestrels have been dominant all year long. Big three-pointer up there by Okonokwo. Great finish for him. That would lead to this Cameron Hildreth play as he dribbles the ball down the court, makes his way to his spot, and with a man in his face, jacks up a 3. Now that lad is 17 years old, did not play like that through the whole game, played like a experienced professional player, finishing with 19 points and 3 assists. Big finish on that play by Busumbru. Didn't get the foul called on that one, I don't think, but a great finish for him. And Kestrels finally start to take charge in this one. 4 points up, but the Thunder will not go away. 3 point is up and good. Well, it was a long 2, foot on the line by Ives, but the Thunder clawing their way back in. Kestrels desperately trying to put this one away early, as they have been doing to teams all season long. Lovely pass down low to the big man Charles, and the finish. So the lead is being stretched out now by the Kestrels, but the Thunder on a fast break. Zaire Taylor to Cameron Hildreth for the finish, as the Thunder would try desperately to keep close in this one. second half now. Big block by Zaire Taylor. Huge block. Still talking to his man about it. And then a big attack by the Kestrels, finding space, driving the lane, and big finish from Elliot Dadds, and the foul as well, so he'd get the chance for the 3-point play. Double-digit lead once again for the Kestrels, and it would be the Kestrels trying to finish the third quarter strong. The handoff is blocked, and the Thunder will be going the other way. Cameron Hildreth with a 2-on-1, but the negative side puts that one up and gets the score. Running down now in the third. On the buzzer, the 3-point goes up and Charles knocks it down. He would finish with 18 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. But particularly the fourth quarter would be a strong one for Charles. He hit a number of points, not even down the stretch. This is early in the fourth. Big finish from him there, under a lot of pressure to get that one down. Thunder still trying to keep it close. It's 11-point lead at the moment, and here's the big man again with a turnaround with a great finish to extend that lead. Cameron Hildreth trying to make things happen. Thunder have managed to get it to a 7-point lead. Always trying to chip away at that Kestrels lead. Drives the lane, lovely stop step, and puts up the layup. He's happy with that one. But it would be the Kestrels. Couple of minutes to go now. It's 2 minutes 30. Great ball movement and a huge pull-up jump shot by Smith, knocking that one down, extending the lead. We're now into the last 30 seconds. Quick ball movement by the Thunder, gets him a 3 in the corner by Ives, but it's not enough. And the big man Charles at the line would sink his last couple of free throws. Cameron Hildreth chucking up the last minute 3. And that would do it. 94-81 in favour of the Solent Kestrels, who will be marching on. And I don't think there's a team in the league that will want to play against them in the next round. And then on to the Cup Final. Bristol Flyers taking on the Worcester Wolves, live from Birmingham. Some 9,200 odd fans at the arena, at the Birmingham Arena, here to witness this one. And it was a tight affair from start to finish. Tip-off won by the Flyers. This one, although it didn't quite go down to the wire, was a contest from start to finish. The Wolves are a solid team, but the Flyers, with a great finish there from Gentry Thomas, were there to be counted. Pretty much ebbed and flowed as we go. Here's Mark Hughes trying to find himself some space for the shot. Makes a long 2. Difficult place to shoot the long range. Both teams struggled from 3. Decent ball movement though, and that crowd was so loud. Lovely move inside there by Cortez Edwards. He has got some serious hops, that boy. But it's the Flyers now trying to get some points on the board. An early block, the ball kicks out to Gentry Thomas, who throws the fake step back 3 is good, and Bristol staying in touch with the Worcester Wolves. Cortez Edwards then trying to get it down low to the big man who had a big game. Amir Williams low in the post there, works himself some room around Daniel Edozie and puts that one up and in. Good all-round game from Amir Williams. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and as we're going to see as we get into this one, we just saw one of them there. 5 blocks. Well, that was Fred Thomas's block. We are coming up with some Amir Williams block. Great athleticism from Fred Thomas there. Bit of a quiet night from him in terms of scoring. The Wolves did a good job of marking him tight. But Cortez Edwards with another 3. He had a good night. 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He just seemed to be able to come up with a bucket when the Wolves needed it. Lewis Champion with the drive. Decent game from Lewis Champion. Nice finish on that one with big guys all around him. And the Wolves, as we get to the end of the first half, with a chance to score, dips it down low, and Amir Williams with a strong finish and the foul, and that would be the first half in the books. Worcester Wolves with the lead. Worcester with an even bigger lead now, and the Flyers trying to chip back into that. Great pass inside to Marcus Delpeche for the dunk. 41-31, 10-point game. Cortez Edwards drives the lane once again. Tough finish on Delpeche. Gets it to go. So there's still 10 points in this one. Plenty of time left for this one to go either way. Fred Thomas trying to get things going. Little 1-2 there. outside to Lewis champion. Big 3-pointer from him. Gets the lead down to single digits. 7 points for Lewis champion, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Great ball movement on the inside there. And Levi Bradley with the strong finish. Levi Bradley off the bench with 4 points. 4 very valuable points indeed. Good ball movement again by the Flyers. Decent defense, of course, from the Wolves, but you can't stop that. Little turnaround hook shot from Marcus Del Pesh. Gentry Thomas, lovely little move, finds himself some space, gets the layup and the foul. Big finish from him on this one, trying to keep things close. And the Flyers still trying to get things close. Levi Bradley in the post, turns and he's rejected by Amir Williams, one of his 5 rejections on the night. Wow. Gets up high, and the Wolves with a slim lead trying to add to that. Cortez Edwards hands off to Mark Hughes, who guns the 3. 12 points on the night for Mark Hughes. The dish pass comes out to Gentry Thomas again. Lovely pivot move, can't get it to drop, and it goes up. Raphael Thomas Edwards fighting to get it in, and manages to keep things close. 12 points for Raphael Thomas Edwards on the night as well. Balknecht, hands off, almost stolen away. Mark Hughes gets it down low, and a big dunk from Amir Williams. 54-48. Flyers needing to get some scores on the board if they're going to get this one down to the wire. Decent ball movement again, and good movement by the Flyers trying to open up space. Fred Thomas with the impossible shot. No foul called on that one. He finished on the night with 10 points. But a tough finish. And here's another one of those blocks from Amir Williams, just swatting that one out and away. 6-point game. We're down to the last 4.5 minutes. Jordan Williams had a pretty slow game going forward, scoring wise. Comes up with a couple of big buckets down the stretch, including that one. 8-point lead to Worcester. Flyers need to get another score on the board to keep this one close. And they do. Big 3, nothing but net from Raphael Thomas Edwards. Great composure to finish that one. Down low again, Jordan Williams working in the low post. Kicks it out to Cortez Edwards. Comes up short, big offensive rebound by Jordan Williams. Kind of a double play, and the beautiful reverse from Cortez Edwards. He's happy with that one. Great finish from him. And the Flyers again on the back foot. 6 points down. We're into the last 30 seconds. Daniel Adozi will swish that one to keep it close. 4-point game. And that would just about do it. They put Worcester to the line, and then Kofi Josephs will run the clock out. And that would make the Worcester Wolves the BBL CUP champions for 2020. And a great response from the crowd, and obviously the fans and the players going wild. That's Amir Williams just going up to receive his BBL Cup MVP. It's a great night for him, like we said. 23 points, 13 rebounds, and the massive 5 blocks. And there is Mr. Balknecht holding aloft the BBL Cup, and the celebrations begin. Not too many celebrations, of course, because the Wolves are back in action the following weekend. But a good night, a good weekend of basketball. Only 4 games to cover. Next week we'll obviously have more. So there we are, Worcester Wolves 2020 BBL Cup champions. You can get us, of course, on Twitter @BelowThePod and on Instagram @BelowTheInsta. See you next week.